Hello again, it's Bill here from sunny Scotland, and today I'm going to do part 2 of my desert island in Vinelia, and following up the challenge to choose 20 greatest hits. I've already shown 14 in part 1 of my video, and now we're going to have a look at my last 6. Now, I think all music lovers, their desert island discs change from day to day. So probably I would change out at least 3 of the albums that I chose in part 1. But there you go. But these next 6 are very important to me. And I would be happy to have them with me on a desert island to while away the time while I wait to get rescued and reunited with my lovely wife. So, first selection today is the Steve Miller Band and the best of 68 to 73. So this is a wonderful album. Time keeps on slipping into the future. And here we have Space Cowboy, Gangster of Love, Living in the USA, and The Joker, amongst other goodies. Then you couldn't be on the desert island without the Queen of Soul and Aretha's greatest hits. It's a voice that everyone loves. So you've got wonderful tracks like You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, written by the wonderful Carole King. You've got Chain of Fools, Bridge Over Troubled Waters, written by Paul Simon, Call Me Spanish Harlem, Baby I Love You, and Dr. Feelgood. Next up, the guitar player, sometimes called God in the 1960s, none other than EC, Eric Clapton. And here we have hits including Layla by Derek and the Dominoes, and tracks from his Cream era, such as Strange Brew and Sunshine of Your Love. Inside we have some, I think Eric Clapton is one of these people whose image changes every second day. So he has a variety of hairstyles to go with the different eras of his music. So we've also got Cocaine, I Shot the Sheriff, Lay Down Sally, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Wonderful Tonight, and White Room. So another great compilation by a great guitarist. And this is a really good compilation, The Cream of Eric Clapton. So my next selection is from one of the most important musicians, artists, producers, all-round record man and vinyl champion of the 21st century, your friend and mine, Jack White. So you have the Jack White acoustic recordings, and this is a fabulous album with acoustic rather than electric Jack White. So we have songs such as Sugar Never Tasted So Good, Hotel Yorba, It's True That We Love One Another, You've Got Her in Your Pocket, White Moon, City Lights, Machine Gun Silhouette, and one of my favorite songs from one of Jack's other bands, and it's Carolina Drama, and the story of the milkman, and yes, some interesting scenes in that particular song. And then we finish with Blunderbuss and Entitlement, Just One Drink. And this double album is full of really great Jack White compositions and recordings. So there's the man himself relaxing on the sofa, playing his guitar, one of many. And I think Jack White is one of the icons of the music industry in the 21st century. Now, you'll have realized that there are two really important artists that are missing from this selection so far. So let's get on to two more really important bands. And we start with Honk by the Rolling Stones. And this is a recent greatest hits of their later periods, or starting from with tracks from Sticky Fingers and XL on Main Street and running through to Blue and Lonesome. So it was a toss-up here between Rolled Gold, which is their early stuff, so the sort of blues covers of the 62, 63 through to, you know, the magnificent number ones of Street Fighting Man, Can't Get No Satisfaction, and Honky Tonk Woman. So a lot of good stuff on Rolled Gold, but I have chosen Honk because it's got some of my favorite Stones songs on it, such as Brown Sugar, Tumbling Dice, Hot Stuff, It's Only Rock and Roll, but I like it. And then Harlem Shuffle was a great single. It's a cover version, of course, and but I thought it was a wonderful, wonderful cover version. And then we've got Rainfall Down, which was a track from Bigger Bang, I think it was, and that was one of my favorites. And we've got Waiting on a Friend and Angie and Wild Horses, which I just found out recently was really a story about Graham Parsons from the Flying Burrito Brothers, and was great friends with Keith Richards and quite influential around the time of the recording of XL on Main Street. So ideally, I would have been allowed 2 albums by the greatest rock and roll band in the world, and I would have had both Rolled Gold for the early hits and Honk for the quality of some of their later recordings, and really showing that they are the greatest rock and roll band in the world. Now, the other claim to that title would be the Beatles. I've got a drawing in the background I did of John Lennon and George Harrison on some of their early works. But my final selection is the Beatles 1967 to 70, the Blue Album, and shows the Beatles in the late 60s on the EMI building in London. And of course, in the back, you have at the height of Beatlemania. And, I couldn't be on a desert island without some of the music of Lennon and McCartney. And of course, George Harrison wrote a few of the tracks that are on this album. He wrote While My Guitar Gently Weeps and Something, and Here Comes the Sun. So they're all featured on this wonderful double album, as well as Strawberry Fields Are Forever and Get Back. And what else have we got? We have Old Brown Shoe, which is another George Harrison composition. Penny Lane, of course, A Day in the Life, and a song not about the drug LSD, but Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And we have Hey Jude, and the Ringo novelty piece, Octopus's Garden, which he wrote, I think, after being somewhere on holiday in the Mediterranean, and one of the local fishermen told him about how octopus make a garden with stones. I don't know if it's a way of attracting some of their prey. But some of my friends will chuckle because this double album also includes a song which I consider to be the Beatles' all-time worst song, and that is Obla Di, Obla Da. But life must go on, so let's hope that you've enjoyed these selections of some of my favorite greatest hits albums, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will speak to you again soon.